Hey, Big Steppers. I'm here and they are well fucking aware that you are narrowing something down to who, what, when, where, and why. You are figuring something out about someone, about yourself, or about something that you need to know in order to make the next move or to overcome an obstacle. So we're going to cleanse these cards, Big Steppers. We're going to hit this bell, and we're going to get into the message. Top of the deck, it says able to handle self better. So you could be finding and learning ways to do better and be better. You could be focusing more on self-care, self-care, and self-love. You could be focusing more on your health, because I tried to say health. You are lighting the way for others to follow. So you've been lighting the way. That's the reason why everything around you feels dark, is because you are the light. That's what I heard. If you look around and everything around you is dark, you the light. And you are lighting the way for others to follow, for the generations behind you to follow. For the people who are ready to evolve to follow. For the people who have been through the things that you have been through to follow. It says refusing to settle for people in situations where you know you don't belong. So this gives me an energy of you refusing to dim yourself, refusing to put yourself in a box. You've been lighting the way for others to follow because you are refusing to settle for people in situations where you know you don't belong and where you know you're not accepted, where you know you're not valued, is what I heard. And that's why you're able to handle self better. You know, a lot of us do better when we're alone anyway. Shit get the going wrong, shit get the fucking up when we get to entertaining other people or befriending other people. Because we know that we're not going to steer ourselves the wrong way. It was held off until you were really ready. So the divine is saying something that you wanted, something that you were manifesting, something you desired, was held off until the divine felt like that you were really ready. Maybe you weren't ready because you were settling. Maybe you weren't ready because of what you were allowing. Maybe you weren't ready because you weren't setting healthy boundaries. Maybe you weren't ready because you wasn't speaking up for yourself. You were staying around people, places, and things that only held you back or dimmed your light or made you feel small or made you feel like maybe they didn't understand you. Or they weren't trying to understand you. This could be an energy of being around people who are like unawakened and unaware. Dedicating their life to create injustices for/to you. That's also why something was held off. So this is the person that's well aware that you are narrowing something down. Somebody who was dedicating their life to causing harm to you, to hindering you or slowing you down, creating injustices, making something unfair for you. That could have been another reason why, like I said, something was being held off, because there could have been a villain in your energy that you needed to handle or take care of or get away from, overcome, power up on, is what I'm hearing. Somebody was too invested in your downfall. They could have missed a step. Something like that. Yeah, something is up in the air right now. You could be uncertain about something. Something could be up in the air for this person who dedicated their life to creating injustices to and for you. I don't know whose energy this is. This could be both, Big Steppers. You could feel like something's up in the air right now. Okay, I'm seeing this a bunch of ways, because the way I read it, it had like two different energies to it. It had like something's up in the air, like something's up. You know what I'm saying? Somebody know what the fuck is up. Somebody know what the fuck it is. But then that's this something is up in the air right now. It's like something, you could be uncertain or unsure. Not sure how something's going to pan out or how something's going to follow through. Something like that. And then for whoever this person that was creating injustices for you, they could feel like something is changed, something is different, something is not going as planned. They're not sure if what they planned is going to work out, what they invested in is going to work out for them. You could be seeing 999. You could be seeing 444. What else, Most High? I'm also hearing you're lighting your own path. Not only are you lighting the way for others to follow, you've been lighting your own path. You've been looking for guidance, maybe here and there, but it's like you are your own compass, is what I'm hearing. You are your own compass. That's what the divine is saying. Seeing you have sex appeal, so they wanted the energy for themselves. So someone knows you have a lot of magnetism, you have a lot of charisma. Maybe there's a charm about you, a charm to you, something very mystical, otherworldly about you. Somebody seen that you had sex appeal, so they wanted the energy for themselves. Somebody wanted your energy. This could be energy harvesting. This could be destiny swapping. This could have even been like somebody that you was talking to or in a relationship with. You know, when we're with the wrong people, or when we are with someone who has a much lower vibration than us, then they steal our energy. They leave us depleted, especially when you have sex with them. So you could be someone who's really confident about yourself, and then you start having sex with someone who's insecure. All of a sudden, they start feeling confident because they take your energy, and then you start feeling insecure because you've taken on theirs. And sometimes people are, this is like a subconscious thing. Like, people are not aware that they do this because they're not fully aware at all. They're still asleep. That's what I'm hearing. It's because they're still asleep. And you remember, I was telling you about being around people in places where you don't belong because they're still asleep. They're refusing to wake up. They're refusing to evolve. Let's get some more. Always maintain composure. Control yourself. So there could be things that are getting under your skin, or this could just be a warning. All right, the divine is saying always maintain composure. Control yourself. Make sure you stay calm. I'm hearing something about keeping a Zen attitude. That's the attitude, that's the energy that you need to be in order to accomplish this cycle, this hurdle, this obstacle, or get through this, make this next move, whatever this is. You're going to need to stay humble, because this goes up under lighting the way for others to follow. Maybe the divine is saying always maintain composure because you are the one that's setting the example. You are the example. You are the trendsetter. Don't let people get you out of character. Because sometimes people just want a reaction out of you, because that's the only way for them to feed off of your energy, is for them to get a reaction out of you. Because they energetically can't just take energy from you. So they got to make you react. Something had to be balanced out. This goes right up under refusing to settle for people in situations where you know you don't belong. It was creating an imbalance for you to settle, big steppers. Something is being balanced out, so the divine wants you to maintain composure. Something could be getting exposed, revealed. This could be something that might really piss you off or make you feel some type of way. Something is happening in order for something to be balanced out, and the divine is saying, maintain yourself. Control yourself, maintain your composure and control yourself, but also where you were in situations and places where you didn't belong, where you weren't valued and loved, something about that had to be balanced out. It was, you were at a low for too long. These people were keeping you small. They were keeping your vibration low. These people, places, and situations were keeping your vibration low. Trapping you, restricting you. The divine is saying that somebody is bound to the plot that they had on you. Yeah, that's why something is up in the air for them right now. Because they're facing something that they tried to project onto you. They never thought they could lose. Somebody's taking an L. Something being balanced out is somebody taking an L. This goes right up under, it was held off until you were ready to as well. Somebody thought you wasn't going to never receive something, get something, accomplish something. Somebody thought you was going to take a fat ass L in front of them, in front of everybody. They never thought that they would be the one taking the L, but the divine is saying that something had to be balanced out. It was held off until you were, until you were really ready, because there was something that you had to overcome. It was something, a situation where you had to fight back. You had to win in some type of way for somebody else to take a L. You get what I'm saying? You didn't have the tools that you needed, but now you do. Now you're ready. You have what you need to help you. I'm not going to necessarily say not take a L, but to help you cushion your fall when you do fall. You have what you need in order for you to cushion your fall when you do fall. And then you have what you need to fight back. You have what you need to protect yourself, to stand up for yourself. You have what you need to protect what you are investing in, or what you want to invest in, or just the journey forward. It says being shut the fuck down. Whoever this is that was dedicating their life to creating injustice for you is being shut the fuck down. Because you're not a rock. You're a boulder. Yeah. Right on the back of somebody's motherfucking head. They never thought they would lose, but they see that they're being shut the fuck down. The divine is snatching something right out of somebody's hands. That's what I'm hearing. Something that they worked so hard for. Something that they invested in heavily. Somebody's being turned around. Hold on. Not only are they being shut the fuck down, but they being sat the fuck down. You remember when SpongeBob embarrassed himself? When Sandy and the lobster was trying to lift weights? He was like, in addition of 2, count them, 2 marshmallows. And he couldn't even lift them damn marshmallows up. He had them marshmallows on the end of a stick trying to lift them up. That's what he gives. Yeah. You could have been in a cycle of exhaustion. I'm hearing this is what somebody is being placed in. Now somebody is being shut the fuck down because of the cycle of exhaustion that they put you in. Something is being reflected back into their life. The actions that they took is being reflected back into their life, is what I'm hearing. Fabricating narratives about you. Somebody who is being shut the fuck down was fabricating narratives about you. They were lying on you. Something is up in the air right now for somebody who was fabricating narratives about you. You could feel like something is up in the air right now because you know somebody's a liar. You could feel like something is up. It's up. You remember I said somebody know what the fuck is up because they was fabricating narratives about you. But this person who was fabricating narratives about you could also feel like they're unsure how something is going to pan out. Some sort of narrative that somebody fabricated about you is being shut the fuck down. Somebody wanted you to be seen a certain way. They wanted others to see you a certain way. Somebody did the most to keep a lie going. That's what I heard. Or somebody would do the most to keep a lie going. But it's something you done figured out, Big Step. It's something you figuring out. Something you narrowing down. It says somebody is about to take back everything they said to save their motherfucking behind, to save their ass. Somebody who was fabricating narratives about you, who was lying about you, is about to take that motherfucking shit back. Somebody could just keep it real and say they lied. Somebody don't want smoke for real with the divine. This could be someone who wanted the sex appeal that you had, who wanted your energy, or who was energy harvesting off of you, taking energy from you, or wanting to. Somebody's about to take back everything they said to you to save their own ass. Somebody could have played with you, played in your face. This could have been something that somebody did to other people or something that somebody did to you. Somebody's about to take something back. It could happen during this Mercury retrograde. I think the Mercury retrograde starts on the 9th. So make sure that you update your phones. Make sure that you go get your car maintenance handled before the 9th. Make sure you handle any business that you need to handle, where you might have to sign paperwork or anything that might be like a major change for you. Or you wait until the Mercury retrograde is over. Somebody's triggered by life getting better for you. Even if you don't feel like life is getting better, life is getting better. It is. Yeah. You show people who they really are. You are a mirror. You are walking karma, but you are a mirror. You reflect back to people who they really are. You are the light, lighting the way for others to follow. If you feel like when you look around, it's dark all around you, it's because you are the light. You're showing people that they've been sitting in darkness. You've been sitting in it, and you've been okay with sitting in it. The divine says always maintain your composure, control yourself. We know that you show people who they really are, so people get triggered by that. People don't want to be exposed. They don't want their hand to be shown. They don't want to be seen for who they really are. They don't want to wake up, because if they wake up, they're going to have to see themselves for who they really are. They're going to have to work on their shadow. They're going to have to make a change. People don't want to do that. That shit is hard work. That shit don't come easy. Only the strong survive in these spiritual streets. Real shit. Let me light some more incense. People be okay with living how they living because they know they don't have what it takes. And that's the honest to God truth. Look, your strength is making someone feel weak. People be okay with living how they living because they know. They know they won't survive. They ain't got it in them. You show people who they really are goes right beside your strength is making someone feel weak. You standing in your power is making somebody tuck their tail because something had to be balanced out. You refusing to settle for people in situations where you know you don't belong is making someone feel weak because they thought they could bend your will. They thought they could control you, or they thought that you would never change because they would never change. That you would always settle because they always settled. Something like that. The clarity that the divine gives you is your strength. Like, there's strength in clarity. There's strength in wisdom. There's strength in knowledge, awareness, and understanding. But I'm hearing something about there being strength in clarity. Something that you're narrowing down is giving you more strength. It's making you stronger. You're realizing your worth. They see none of these. Oh, you are realizing your worth. Okay, maybe you're realizing your worth, but this is something else. It says realizing your worth. They see none of these people are you. Somebody is realizing your worth. Somebody who never thought they could lose. And something about it was held off until you were ready. This realizing your worth goes right beside your strength is making someone feel weak. Something about you choosing yourself, or you accepting what you want and declining what you don't want, is making someone realize that they need to work on themselves. Something like that. This could also be about someone being exposed. And so, in some type of way, it's making them feel weak because you're standing in your power. And this realizing your worth, they see none of these people are you. I feel like this could be a relationship. This could be family, friends. Like they're realizing that they're not going to find another you. Your energy is rare. Your energy is different. And it goes up under. Somebody never thought they would lose, regardless of who this was. And something was being held off until you were really ready. You were really ready. You wasn't really ready. Remember, because I said that you were settling in situations and places where you didn't belong. And you were also receiving or accepting less than you deserved. Something like that. The stronger you get, the more someone realizes that they can't manipulate you. Yeah, because you're a pure soul. Something is being shut the fuck down because you are a pure soul. Somebody was doing something to someone who was literally innocent. Innocent. Dedicating their life to creating injustices for you being shut the fuck down because you were a pure soul. Ain't that something? How you gonna try to cast somebody out, demonize somebody, make something hard for somebody whose heart is light as a fucking feather? In real life. Somebody is realizing just how pure your soul is. They see your worth. Whether this is a relationship, a friendship, family, they're seeing your worth. They're seeing your power. They're seeing just how strong you are. And it makes them realize just how strong they aren't. Okay? In addition of 2, count them, 2 marshmallows. Okay? They can't even lift the marshmallows, big steppers. Somebody cannot even lift the marshmallows. I'm seeing what you seek is also seeking you. So what you desire, desires you. What you want, wants you, big steppers. What else? Pushing through the fear. Something about you know that your soul is pure. You know your heart is light as a feather. And that is also like, it gives you the motivation to push through your fear. You had to push through certain fears because of the narratives that was fabricated about you. Something could be up in the air as far as, you know what I'm saying? Somebody know what the fuck it is because you pushing through your fear. So you could be uncertain about something, but you're still pushing through your fear. Regardless, the divine is saying that you have continued to push. You have not given up on yourself. Because you know that what you seek is seeking you. You know that what you seek is seeking you. Okay, most steppers. Most steppers. Okay, most high. Big steppers. Something about somebody's words being twisted up. You could have felt like your words were being twisted up. That could have been about somebody twisting narratives about you. Maybe you are leaving people speechless. Maybe you have nothing to say. Because I kind of felt like my words was being twisted up. Yeah, you don't do narcissist. And you're not doing narcissist. You're pushing through this fear. And you're pushing away anybody who has any type of narcissistic tendencies, characteristics. And you smell a narcissist, you like, oh no. This narcissist is about to take back everything they said to save their own ass. This narcissist who wanted your sex appeal for themselves. Maybe you're able to, maybe these narcissists help you to push through your fears. Encountering narcissists help you to push through your fears. Or this is an energy of you've dealt with so many narcissists that now you're able to easily push through blockages and barriers because you know what narcissism looks like. Let's get an overall card, big steppers. Well, I'm in the days. Let's hit this bell. that you want the big steppers to be aware of. You want to give them clarity on something that they might not be aware of, that they need to be aware of, or something you want to give them some sort of confirmation on. Looking at you as a great asset. So somebody's looking at you as a great asset. Somebody got their eyes on you. Somebody's been watching you. Somebody's seeing your worth. They're seeing your value. This could be an energy of somebody, you know, back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot, they all on me. That song could be significant. Or this could be an energy of, you know, maybe somebody misjudging you and now they see you for who you really are. Or somebody who was coming up against you or was making you feel some type of way. Or somebody who was refusing to see you for who you really were. Whether they was making an issue out of it or not. Now someone is seeing just how great of an asset that you really are. They know you have a lot to bring to the table. They see your potential. Somebody's seeing you for what you're worth. I don't know what this situation is, but somebody's seeing you for what you're worth, big steppers. Hold on, let me grab some more cards. Okay, I just grabbed my old homemade deck. We're going to cleanse the energy off of these cards, and we're going to get some messages from these cards. At the top of the deck, I see there's an inheritance that is owed to you that you will receive. This could be a spiritual inheritance, or this could be a physical inheritance. Okay, there is an inheritance that is owed to you, big steppers, that you will receive. Let's push these cards up so we can make some room. What else do you want the big steppers to be aware of? What else do you want them to know? Right. They are well fucking aware that you are narrowing something down to who, what, when, where, and why. You are figuring something out about someone, about something, or about yourself. Someone is about to book a session with you. All right. So I'll write this card. I wrote this card for myself. So when I do readings for myself, to know that when somebody coming, you know what I'm saying, I pick up on energy. But this is a collective message, okay? If you do tarot, if you do it publicly, if you do anything to where somebody has to book with you or purchase from you, somebody could be about to book from you, purchase from you, something of that nature, okay? So this is definitely for someone who has some sort of maybe business, or who sells something, or somebody could book a service of yours, something like that. Somebody could book a product, could purchase a product of yours, something like that. All right, so you could have some money coming in. You could have new clients, customers, followers. It says, don't sleep on yourself. Don't sleep on yourself. Do not count yourself out. Do not underestimate the connection that you have with yourself and with the divine. You could be beating yourself up, or you could feel like, no, I'm not going to do this because I don't have all the info. No, I'm not going to do this because I don't have everything I need. No, I'm not going to do this because what if people don't like it? Or what if people don't this? Or Spirit say don't sleep on yourself. I don't know what it is that you kind of questioning, you going back and forth about, that you doubting, you procrastinating about. Don't sleep on yourself. When you sleep on yourself, that's when other people sleep on you. Put yourself out there so that you can be seen and heard, or whatever this case is, even if it's not about putting yourself out there. Do not sleep on yourself. Know your motherfucking worth. Know your worth. It's not just knowing your worth when it comes down to people. It's knowing your worth when it comes down to things that you create, when it comes down to your heart's desires, things of that nature. Stop being a pushover. So you could be somebody who's a pushover. You could be letting somebody get away with some shit, letting somebody disrespect you, step on your toes. Maybe this, you are in this energy of no longer being a pushover. Either you're no longer being a pushover, or the divine is saying that you too fucking nice. You too fucking nice. You too fucking sweet. There needs to be a balance to that. And I've learned, like, I'll be the sweetest, nicest person you've ever met. Very humble, very gracious, very loving, very kind, very demure. You know what I'm saying? Clock it. But at the same time, I'll be the enemy you wish you never fucking met if you came fucking with me. Because I don't bother nobody. It's like, why you messing with me? Okay, bitch, we got a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're too fucking nice. You're too nice. And I ain't saying make an enemy out of everybody, but I'm saying, shit, maybe you just need to stop being so nice. And that shit ain't nothing but a cover up anyway, because you will really set the record straight. Yeah, continue to walk in the light. You're lighting the way for others to follow. Continue to walk in the light. Don't let nobody step on your toes, or you need to stop being so damn nice and so sweet. Continue to stay righteous is what I'm hearing. Stay righteous. People want to work with you and network with you. So there could be people who want to work with you, people who want to network with you. Just use discernment. You know, because some people just be in certain things for themselves. Someone is going to jail and they are going to call you. So somebody going to call you from a 1-800 number. You have received a collect call from, right? Somebody that's finna go to jail. Somebody finna get locked up. They finna go to the slam and get the cuffs put on them. And they gonna call you. You could have already received a call from somebody in jail. Maybe you talking to somebody in jail. All right, and they about to call you. This could be something you don't have, you don't know nothing of, like, you know, somebody you're not even talking to right now. Somebody could go to jail and you could hear about it from a phone call. Something like that. There's a lot going on around you. So there could be a lot going on around you energetically. It could be spiritual warfare. Sometimes, y'all, it could just be the planets. The planetary alignments. Like what's going on with the planets. Sometimes it's the planets. And or sometimes it's spiritual warfare. Sometimes it's a lot going on because the divine wants you to be still so that they can get you to go a certain direction, so they can get a message across to you, so they can help you to clear your mind. Maybe you need rest, right? But there definitely could be a lot going on around you. And that there's a lot going on around you is the same color as continue to walk in the light. And it's also the same color as something is up in the air right now. All of those are in orange. What else? People wonder what it would be like to actually be in your presence. So you have people who want to know what it's like to be around you. To know you on a personal level. You could be someone who's a hermit, who's very closed off. You could be someone who's not friendly. I'm not going to say not friendly, but you don't really entertain people. You keep to yourself. Somebody wonders what it would be like to actually know you on a personal level. That also is the same color as stop being a pushover. So there could be someone who wonders what it's like to be in your energy because they know your ass don't play. I'm hearing you're a vibe. The attacks against you are bringing activations. You remember I said you can feel like you're under a lot of heavy spiritual warfare. Y'all, this is one thing that I've realized, and this has helped me a lot. Especially if you do tarot, if you pull cards, if you divinate in any type of way, or if you just watch it. When you know you're under attack and then you get confirmation, or even if you don't feel like you're under attack, but spirit says that you're under attack, go ahead and protect yourself. I remember a couple times I have pulled this card for myself and I didn't feel anything, right? And then maybe like a couple days later, it was like, oh shit, there the attack go. Like if I would have did my protection work when I first pulled the card, then I felt like I would have, it wouldn't have went the way it went. If you get what I'm saying. I wouldn't have had this heaviness. I wouldn't have had the brain fog or whatever the spiritual attack was. Whatever it was sent to, whatever it was meant to do. It wouldn't have been as heavy if I would have, you know, I just thought that when I pulled it, I thought, okay, somebody attacking me and, you know, spirit just letting me know, like, but not like that. It made me feel like, okay, somebody attacking me, people been attacking me, whatever. No, spirit was letting me know, like, no, right now you're currently under attack. You might not feel it right now, or somebody's planning an attack. Go ahead and protect yourself. Because we're always under attack. So when you hear that you're being attacked, you be like, okay, what's next, right? But still at the same time, you do have to stay on top of your protection work. But what I'm just saying is, one thing I've learned is that when I have done it, as soon as I pulled the card, it don't be as heavy. I don't feel like I'm fighting as much. But the times where I pulled the card and I felt like I didn't currently feel the energy, I found out later. Now it does bring activations in whichever type of way this is. You find more tools, you learn more about yourself, you grow in spirit, you grow in strength, you grow in wisdom. You mature emotionally more and more, right? You always get activated in some type of way. Sometimes your gifts get stronger. The gifts that was lying dormant, they activate. Things of that nature. What else? Your secret, you got me feeling so crazy. Yep, joke is on them. In addition of 2, count them, 2 marshmallows. Okay, SpongeBob made a fucking fool out of himself. He ripped his goddamn pants, trying to one up dang Sandy and the lobster man. And I seen y'all in the comments telling me it's not Oscar, ooh ha ha, it's shark bait, ooh ha ha. Okay, y'all. That's the point. No, I'm playing. That's not the point. But I be fucking shit up, okay? I just said what I heard. I didn't know if it was Shark Tales or if it was Nemo. But, okay, y'all got the point. Somebody's money situation is about to improve tremendously. I just seen that. Your financial situation. It says your money situation is about to improve tremendously in a few days. But somebody's made a fool of themselves. Joke's on them. Am I the biggest loser on the beach? You are stressing way too much. Relax. Just chill. We can just settle down. Just be in the now moment. Be in the now. Take a minute to kick your feet up. To relax. To take a deep breath. A spa day. I don't know. A sleep day. You could be overwhelmed and overworked. Overwhelmed and overworked. Just relax. This full moon energy could also have you on edge or have you worried about your finances. It says you think you have no control over a situation and you have all the control. It's time for you to alchemize something. I'm hearing you can turn this whole thing around. I don't know what it is that you can turn around, that you can change, but the divine is saying that you can turn and you can change this whole thing around. Okay? Let's get one card overall out of this deck to see what you might want the big steppers to know. You are coming to the forefront of your healing journey. You are coming to the forefront of your healing journey. Okay, big steppers. Something is coming full circle. You were hunted spiritually and you survived dead ass. Somebody put a spiritual hit on your ass. That's why the joke is on them. They was dedicated to creating injustices for you and you survived dead ass. You're a spiritual warrior. Dead ass. You're heavily protected and guided. Dead ass. God don't play about you. Somebody literally tried to unalive you spiritually. You were hunted like a dog. Somebody in a pack of wolves. Somebody threw you to the wolves and you came back leading the pack. You hit their ass with that Oscar, ooh ha ha. Or shark bait, ooh ha ha. You hit their ass like, yeah, we'll just see. Yeah, people are seeing where not giving a fuck gets them. It takes a fool to learn, don't it, big steppers? It takes a fool to learn. Let me move these cards around. Remember when I said earlier that you are narrowing something down or you are figuring something out? You are figuring out that you can survive anything, big steppers. That's what you're figuring out. You're figuring out that you can survive anything. That's one of the things you're figuring out. Let's get some cards from this deck, from the Telepathy Oracle. What else, Most High? Confusion. You could be feeling a little confused, fog brain, unsure, uncertain. All seekers of truth will experience confusion. Ask the universe to provide the answers you need. That's something could be up in the air right now. Accept. We got confusion and accept. There could be something that you're unsure about, but maybe you're just accepting the fact that something will be made clear for you. Maybe you're accepting the fact that somebody is an agent of confusion. Someone is only around to confuse you, or someone was only around to confuse you, or someone was really trying to confuse you, because we got honor. In order for you to accept something, you had to honor your emotions. In order for you to honor your emotions, you had to accept something. There could be something that's confusing that you're getting clarity on, or you could just be like realizing that somebody is only there to create some sort of confusion, but you're about to receive some sort of happiness that you're going to cherish, or cherish the good times. I'm hearing focus on what you don't. Focus on what you want so that you stop focusing on what you don't. Let's see what you fighting. All right, let's see what you fighting. The sleep and fight. You remember I pulled the card said don't sleep on yourself? And you fighting the sleep and fight. It's number 12. 12 could be significant. You could be seeing a lot of 12s, 12, 12. It says miraculous things happen in our sleep. Oh, so you need to get some sleep. Slumber is your finest line of defense against illness and the primary ally for your physical wellness, aside from healthy food and clean water. The body repairs itself during our sleep, which makes our natural nocturnal rest shamanic, which makes our nocturnal rest a shamanic healing ally. Additionally, your soul is free to travel, loosen the tight restraints your conscious mind puts on your life. When your light body meets the dream time, it also travels back with new perspectives in the form of dreams, attempting to lighten your load both physically and spiritually. Pay close attention to your sleep cycles at this time. Your answer might very well be waiting for you in the healing space of slumber. Y'all, the divine is going to give you the answer that you need in your dream state. I've been having some crazy dreams. I've been telling y'all about them. I've been speaking about them briefly. I've been having dreams about people and things, and the divine has really been revealing a lot to me in my dreams. So make sure that you are paying close attention to your dreams. I'm going to get a card from the Orisha deck to see what the Orishas have to say. Nope, matter of fact, let me get a card from the Spirit Realm deck and see where you stand in the Spirit Realm. And then I'll get a card from the Orisha deck. You need to get you some rest. That's what I've been doing. These last few days, I've been sleeping. Making sure I'm catching up on my rest. Where do the big steppers stand in the spirit realm? It says brings down the rain, nourishing the relationships and feelings that are needed for your life to flourish. We've been getting this a lot. So spiritually, you could be doing a lot of healing, pouring into yourself. Spiritually, it's like your spirit rejects anything that's not going to bring nourishment to you. Whether this is a connection, whether this is self, like just your feelings. If it make you feel weird, or if they don't pour into you and value you, your spirit is rejecting it right now. Yeah, because you're going through this justice energy. You are letting go of unwanted thoughts. Because this is a time of accounting. You're weighing the consequences of your own actions and of others. You know the consequences. You know the consequences that come for dealing with people that do not serve you for your greatest and highest good, is what I just heard. Let's see what this looks like for you in the physical, and then we're going to get a card for the Orishas. The Tower card. So you could be going through a tower moment. says shaking foundations, revelations, unwanted changes, upheaval, disaster, violence, chaos, unexpected changes, things falling apart, shocking revelations, things crumbling down. This is about change, going through a lot of change. Maybe that's out of your control. You can feel like something is crumbling, big steppers, but it's so that you can nourish the relationships and feelings in order for you to flourish. Maybe something has to be broken down in order to be built up correctly. Something has to be destroyed in order to be built up correctly. This could be an internal tower moment for you, because not all tower moments are bad. But what this looks like is tower moments. Shocking revelations. Maybe having to let certain things go. Leave certain things behind. See people for who they are. Walk away from certain things. Acknowledge, accept certain things. We got the Queen of Cups. So where you stand is this Queen of Cups. And let's see what the Divine has to say about this. Hold on, let me get my book. The Queen of Cups. The Divine wants you to create something. It says, this card is one of expression, devotion, and hard work. The person it describes must use all three elements in order to find success. This is also a card of patience. Through whether patience will be rewarded or not depends on how the card falls in a reading. It says creativity is the solution to your problems. There is a communication challenge here. Things must be done in the right way. Do not cut corners. Others do not know what they want, so how can they be happy with what you do? And then solutions. It says use your words. No one knows what you are thinking. Make something for spirit with your hands. Do not imitate tradition and toot your own horn. So I hope this resonates, big steppers. Peace.